Hello. Welcome back to Ilea is in Control.
That's
Wow.
not what this is called.
It is not what this is called, but I'm sick and have been dealing with a fever on and off for a few days. It might be coming back right now. Not sure. So, right now, that's what this is called. Welcome to the chaos. I'm your host, Green Eye Trombonist. In actuality, welcome to Zelda Universe's channel. We are doing a bunch of 1 and 2 shot campaigns in between our main Realms of the Wild game, which will be coming back in June, I believe. I'm not going to say an official date because I don't remember right now. Yay. And I don't know if we've announced that.
We may have stuff
Speaking of,
to announce next week.
yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of announcements, Elias, do we have any announcements for Zelda Universe today?
The answer is yes. And the specifics are.
Yeah. Do we know what those announcements
do
are?
we do have them, but what are, yeah. I believe this was also true last week, but Hades Misguidance on YouTube is now done. It is finished. There's no more except, they keep uploading like DVD featurettes on the channel about the series. So, but the episodes are done, and that'll be the last up project for a while. So get your dub fix in now by watching every single dub episode we've ever done on our YouTube channel. No, I have no ulterior motive for telling you that. Honestly, well, so I think we also said like last week the new episode of the podcast is out. Some very familiar and charismatic voices in there.
There might even be a link to the podcast in chat.
I'm glad you have that.
Who would dare do that?
Honestly, most of the other stuff is just we are full steam ahead and preparing for Tears of the Kingdom. I would look out on social media Monday, especially as we get very close to the release. We're gonna let you all know how we're gonna be handling spoilers for the game. So look out for that. And yeah, a lot of stuff that we intend to cover Tears of the Kingdom for. So 2 weeks away. How exciting!
I need to buy that.
Surprisingly enough, a website entirely dedicated to The Legend of Zelda is going to be doing a lot for the newest Legend of Zelda game.
Well, it's like we've had to just kind of like run on fumes some of the time in the past 6 years or something. We've had like little sprinkles of Zelda releases, like Skyward Sword HD, Link's Awakening, remake.
Is that how long it's been since Breath of the Wild came out?
Welcome to time. It's cozy here.
Remember, I still haven't unwrapped my copy of the game.
Have you unwrapped Metroid Dread?
I bought a digital copy of that, so yes.
We started campaign 1 this same year that Breath of the Wild came out. So
yeah.
Oh my gosh. What is time?
Anyway,
time is an illusion.
I think that's all I can think of.
Okay, thank you, Elias. Charismatic as always.
Well, thank you. What an unexpected compliment.
All right, any other announcements before the game? Yes, Jody. That just felt like a classroom because you raised your hand.
I'll mention it again at the end of the game, but next week we are going to be playing. I am going to be sitting back in the Game Master chair to run a 2-shot using the Cypher system. Specifically, we'll be running a game in The Strange, which is like a campaign setting that uses the Cypher system. For those of you that don't know, campaign 2 is going to be using the Cypher system. So if you guys want to start getting an idea for mechanically how the game is going to play, tune in for the next 2 weeks. And it should be fun. It's a fun system, and it's dealing, like, I got to learn the word eschatology for that particular game, so that's kind of cool.
I have also just now learned that word.
Do you know what it means, though,
No, I
Elias?
Study of Eskers.
Yeah. Eschatology is a religion or a portion of religion that deals with the end of the world or the end times. So, like the Book of Revelations in Christianity, or like Ragnarok in Norse mythology, things like that.
The movie 2012.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
All of that would be
a
under
gross
eschatology.
misunderstanding of the Mayan calendar. Sure.
I thought that was about John Cusack, not the Mayans.
Sure.
What about the day after tomorrow? Is that eschatology?
I mean, it technically, I don't
Is
think
environmentalism a religion?
It is 100%, but
Godzilla eschatology.
none of them really deal with the end of the world as much as bad things happening. Like the day after tomorrow, they don't think everybody is going to die. They think everybody below a certain line is going to die. But as long as you were far enough south, you were perfectly safe and fine. So most of the world's population would have been fine.
Okay.
I really liked The Day After Tomorrow, but now I can't think about it without thinking of the South Park episode they did about it.
Yeah. Everyone below this line and here and here.
Yeah. And I hardly ever watched that show too. It's just one of the few episodes I've seen. It was actually funny.
Every so often they hit it out of the park. And then there's like 7 seasons of just
yeah. It's well, I'm fascinated. I'm going to tell everyone what eschatology is.
Walk out the street, go to lunch. Hey, good sir, do you know?
What's fun is it sounds like scat. So, but there is a giant question in chat about Hades' misguidance. Elias, where should people go if they have questions?
I mean, here's fine, but here's the thing. Like, it's over. So, like, those are very open-ended season or series finale questions. I like to think they all just went off into the sequel that will never happen. So, the sequel to the game, not the series. Well, that also may never happen.
Generally, the best way to get in contact with ZU people randomly, just tweet at Zelda Universe.
You can tweet. We also have an email on our website. I mean, you could also come out and chat. None of us here worked on it.
Yeah.
And knowing the person who did, knowing the creator of it, he probably won't have a satisfactory answer for you.
All right. Are we all ready? Have we finished talking about South Park and the end of the world?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Awesome. That sounded very passive aggressive, and I'm sorry.
Patrick, did you have any announcements?
Oh, hello everyone. By the way, I'm Patrick McNamara of Dog Food Studios, your best friend and the only person who truly understands you. I have a new episode of my show, Mage of Sail, is up on the Dog Food Studios YouTube channel, so you can watch that. But I mean, watch this first, I would say, because that way you'll get more of a feel for whether I'm any good or not. And then if I am good, then go to Dog Food Studios YouTube channel and watch the latest episode of Mage of Sail, which is quite a good jumping on point because it's a Freaky Friday episode, and everyone knows how Freaky Fridays work.
It's very, very freaky.
Yes. Should I explain how Freaky Fridays work? People know. It means you swap.
Well, we have an hour and 50 minutes if you want to, do it.
I mean, we could choose not to play the game. That's fine. You're the one with the heart out, so I'm feverish. I'm down for whatever you guys want to do.
So are you feverish enough to be hallucinating mildly? Because that may make the game even better.
No, but I was enough Thursday that although I could see things, I couldn't really see things. Okay. So that was fun. Okay, let's jump back into Avatar Legends, Ash and Steel.
Way to describe how sick you were.
Well, it was exactly what the case was. I'm sitting there watching this panel talk going, I can tell where your eyes are, but I cannot make out your eyes right now. And that was my day. Anyways, back to the game. Thanks for the interruption, Elias.
You're welcome.
Last time on Avatar, we spent a lot of time in a town where we probably didn't need to spend that much time, but it's okay.
Well, we definitely needed to spend that much time there.
We bounced a lot of people with trampolines, scared a lot of people with trampolines, and managed to escape that town to find our way to an oasis where certain people got scammed out of money.
Who?
More people were
does it-
bounced on trampolines.
Does it really count as a scam when
I mean, to
it
be
was just
fair,
me giving the money
yeah,
and
you
expecting
did.
something?
Yeah,
Like, I just overpaid.
I think that the way that this should be phrased is you scammed yourself out of money.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So more people got bounced on trampolines. You agreed to do a quick little show for the town. And then when deciding where to sleep, you decided not to go into the giant stone structure where someone scammed themselves out of money, but to sleep by the lake. That is the reason that this is an oasis. And you
In our defense, though, we had our own stone structures.
That's true.
Yes. You did end up with your own stone structures for sleeping. But you were awoken by the sound of hoofs, paws, feet.
Right.
Quite a few of them coming closer and getting louder. And that'll be our entry point.
Okay, I'm gonna make some little earplugs out of and plug those babies up, and then I'm gonna roll over and go back to sleep.
Great. Have fun with that.
What time is it right now?
It is
Like, is this
just
middle of the night, or is this
this
actual?
this is like right around sunrise.
Oh, okay. I should be up anyway then. I take the earplugs back out.
Okay.
I will.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Elias.
I will just get up and sort of just do one of those lean peeks out of the doorway. I don't know if we have doors here, and just kind of see what it is while not drawing attention to myself.
Well, let's ask Stephen. You made these structures. What do they look like?
Oh, they're sort of little, almost like little rounded, very, very sort of traditional. Did you ever play the first Civilization game, where you had a palace and you started out with like a little cave? It looks like the little cave from the Civilization game, but only the first one. They only had it in the first one.
All right. And does it have a door?
Yes, it does, but it's an open doorway. So because I can't wood bend, so I couldn't make a functional wooden door. So it just does look out onto the elements.
All right. So there's no protection door, though there is an entrance for you to look out of.
That's what I do.
Great. Let's see. I have to do multiple things. This is going to be fun. Oh, I'm not with it today. So,
I guess I should get my dice out.
Yeah. Because I am going to have you roll to do, again, a thing that you're technically not supposed to do with this, but I think that the wording matches. So I'm going to have you assess a situation, which is 2d6 plus creativity.
2d6 plus creativity. That's a +0. Okay. Beautiful. 2d6. It's good. So far, so good. Okay. All right. 9.
Okay. So with a 9, technically how assess the situation is supposed to work is it makes it so you can ask me a question as like,
what's going on here?
Beautiful. So what's going on here is there are 5 people coming up. And what did I have them on? Shoot. 1 second as I quickly figure that out again, because I have something that they're writing on me. How familiar are you with the animals of Avatar?
I usually think of 2 animals and combine them into one and assume it's an animal in the Avatar lore.
Okay.
Generally not wrong.
I mean, generally no. So what they're writing on are what you would know are Komodo rhinos.
Oh.
Yeah. And there are 5 of them. They are far enough away you can't quite make out the colors of their outfit right now, but they are quickly approaching the oasis. It is very clear that is where they're going.
So are they more Komodo or more rhino? Do they birth live young?
I think. Oh,
Important questions.
Are they mammalian
Yeah.
or?
What's the cloaca situation on a Komodo?
all right. Well, so they're ovoviviparous, which means that the young. You gave me this opportunity. Welcome to Ilea's hyperfixation on reptiles. So what it means is it appears like they give live birth, but they actually develop the eggs inside, and the babies hatch from those eggs and then are born out of the mother.
Okay.
Is that a real thing?
That is a real thing. Many snakes do this, including garter snakes, copperheads. Yeah, this is an actual thing that happens in nature.
I have many questions, but I'm going to save them for later. Because they're not about the game, they're about that.
Yeah. Me too. I'm like, this is bad. I thought like snakes had like egg caches.
Not all of them.
Okay,
yeah,
so
and
how
then some snakes eat their eggs. And
how far out are they? Like they can, like they're close enough to where we can hear them, but
you can hear that they're coming and the sounds are getting louder. You can make out that there are 5 distinct individuals. But you can't make out, are they like Earth Nation? Are they Fire Nation?
Sure. Are me peeking out the door, is there anyone else out and about as a result of this?
There is a person who is out and about. Thank you for making me have to pull this up.
You're welcome.
And this is the single Earth Kingdom soldier.
Okay. Assuming none of the other 2, or I guess 3, I don't quite know where our cargo is at this point, are making any moves.
Which might be a problem.
I think we gave her our own little tent, didn't we?
We never discussed it.
Did we not?
Nope.
Well, I think with how helpful Stephen has been through this entire thing, he probably would have made her own tent.
Helpful towards Onomu, though?
I think it would be
I think it'd be the worst tent. Is that correct to think, Stephen?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the most opulent. But I think I'd give her a tent, only to put some distance between us.
Like you put 3 tents here, and then like,
oh my god,
50 yards away, it's like, that's yours.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you do, you cannot tell if Onomu is in their tent or not.
It's a perfectly caved-in roof that was crafted. Yeah,
it collects water specifically to drop on you.
I'll casually just kind of walk up to the guard, if no one else is making any moves. But yeah, I think I've cut off Jody like twice already. So
I'm sitting back and observing.
Stephen isn't a morning person, so it's going to take him a little bit of time to get into gear.
Yeah.
Okay, when you approach the soldier, they are squinting their eyes, staring off in the distance, trying to figure out who these people are.
Yeah. I'm assuming they've seen us around yesterday and last night, so I'm just gonna casually like, are these is this an expected visit?
No.
Any idea what we might be dealing with?
No. Dealing with stoicism, I think, is what we're dealing with here.
Sorry.
Good talk.
I just did a self-imposed roll to see if they could make out more details, and I got a 3 and a 1.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what happened there.
Well, if you need us, we'll be over there. And I just kind of walk back and try to meet up with the 2 of them. Yeah, actually, no, I'll go over to the what's her faces. What's her name again?
Onomu. ONOMU.
I go to Anomu's hut, see if she's there, see if I can figure out where she is really quick.
And she's not there.
Okay. Then I go to these two.
Hi, did we figure out what was going on? Why we were being woken up so rudely?
No, this is a unexpected visit, apparently. Also, I don't know where Anomu is. We should probably figure that out.
Yeah, that seems like a kind of important thing.
More like
And
no
I'll go this
plot,
way.
in my opinion.
This is the job we were hired for. Like we're all getting something we want out of this. We need to,
Agreed.
I will search anywhere but that building, and I point to the inn bar place.
I'll search that building then.
I'll take the west side. You can take the east side, Saya.
Okay.
Is the inn open yet?
It's been open.
Oh,
24/7. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
early in this town. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go into the building and walk up to the barkeep and offer a description of Anomu, not a very flattering one. Say, I happen to see her around.
Oh, goodness.
Imagining all the...
Well, the thing is, when you walk in, you don't. Fun fact, I had decided this before you all decided where you're going. That Anomo is there. You don't even have to go to the bartender.
Okay, so I still go up to the bartender and give an unflattering description of Anomu. Yeah, eyes like pistols in the snow. Like, oh, I didn't see you there.
So while you start the description, Pong, the bartender, is like, huh, yeah, I might know about that, but I need something to jog my memory. And then when you notice Anomu, yeah.
Oh, I say to Anomu, I think we should get going. It seems like there's trouble brewing in town, and we've got plenty of land to cover.
As you say that, you hear the ringing of a bell.
Okay.
And more people from the village start streaming into this structure.
Oh, was that the opening bell? Was that booze is now available?
You look over to Pong and notice he's no longer at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
There is a section of the floor that's been lifted up. This is a stone floor.
Mm-hmm.
And it reveals stairs going down.
Okay.
And people are heading down those stairs.
Well, this seems like kind of a call to adventure to me. I feel like I would be rejecting the premise if I didn't have a peek down the stairs. So I'm going to go and take a little look.
And downstairs, it's basically just like a bare stone room. There are some supplies of like food and water in there. It almost seems like it would be the bar's kind of stores.
Okay.
But large enough to hold everyone from the town.
Interesting.
And people are continuing to go. Children are going down those stairs as well.
This is not making me feel great.
Yeah, you guys aren't there. So
I don't know. Me as a player.
Yeah.
Saya, completely oblivious, just watching people go into the bar.
Yeah. So what you and Edu are noticing is just all of the citizens are leaving their wooden structures and going into the bar.
I'm gonna say to Anomu, this has bad vibes. Let's let's head out. Let's find the others.
Yeah. Are we finally going to get to the outpost?
Yes.
Thank goodness. Okay. And Anomu goes with you.
Was that Anomu talking?
That was Anomu talking.
while this is going on, when I would notice everyone kind of going into the bar, I would probably stop my search of Inomu and go to find Edu and say, "Hey, just kind of point to everyone. Do you think maybe we've missed a memo somewhere?"
I think they're alerting everyone to take shelter in that building. I haven't seen her anywhere.
Neither have I.
So hopefully she's hunkered down somewhere. Or, just escaped the whole town last night. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll come find the two of you and go, found her. She was in the pub.
Oh.
You mean where literally everyone is going right now and you took her out of there?
Yeah.
So
Had bad vibes.
Yeah, I think this is not going to be a friendly visit.
Cannibal
yeah. The last few citizens are getting into the bar. The very last one is the soldier, as well, who spares you all a glance, but you aren't people of this village. So after looking, they just go inside the bar. And Onomu wasn't there to hear the sound of thundering feet, paws, claws, whatever the case may be. But they hear it now. Everyone can very clearly hear it now. And they look over and go, "Oh no.
What are we dealing with?"
Those are the rough rhinos."
That's my least favorite kind of rhino. I prefer, a smooth rhino would be one thing.
Extremely pettable rhino.
Being from the Fire Nation and having been on the wrong side of the law, I would recognize the name Rough Rhinos, right?
You haven't come in contact with them yourself.
But I'm familiar.
You've heard
with
the name, yeah. And so, Sai, you would know that the Rough Rhinos are mercenaries that basically plunder, set fire to Earth Kingdom villages, cause chaos in the region at the behest of the Fire Lord. They're not officially part of the military. They're kind of an extended branch thing away so that there's plausible deniability.
Would I know if they're ever hired as like bounty hunters, or are they mostly for shock and awe?
You would be aware that the Rough Rhinos will take pretty much any job the Fire Nation gives them. And that includes bringing back people who have disgraced the Fire Lord for punishment.
Oh, this is very bad. This is very, very bad. We need a plan. We need a plan right now. Let's see.
Slowly start sucking up some water from the lake.
Onomu goes back into the stone building, comes back out and goes, "Yeah, they closed the entrance."
Okay, well, let's get out of town as fast as we can.
We got here through the ostrich horses, is that right?
Yes, our ostrich horses should still be somewhere, right?
Your ostrich horses are still somewhere, yes. But you didn't tie them up somewhere. So they're around.
They've just been wandering around the whole time.
They may have been taken by one of the villagers to have shelter for the night.
I'm gonna just turn to everyone and go, wait, I've got an idea. And I take my very
don't like that
pocket-filled coat off and kind of clean off as much as I can my red tunic, and I kind of restyle my hair real quick, and I start kind of firebending a little bit to create some spectacle. It's like, "Down, all of you! I have captured you all in the name of the Fire Lord!" Come on, play along.
Oh, good or good?
Okay, well,
I'm just getting on my knees.
Are either of you helping aka taking a fatigue to boost what's going to become a trick roll for Saya.
I was about to ask about how that works, but thinking about it, I would absolutely be fatigued from participating in this. So
I'm gonna say again, my playbook feature is called bad habits, and one of my bad habits is cons. So if I indulge in a bad habit with a friend, I consider both of you my friends.
Okay.
I get to roll with friendship instead
Okay.
of anything else.
if only it were a two-way street.
I'll take a point of fatigue and help out then. I'm not going to be...
Okay.
I have a
I'm
quick
I'm
question about
also
fatigue.
gonna say that you guys did sleep overnight, so you can take off a fatigue for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
I don't know if that's in the official rules, but that's what I am saying right now.
So I
It
have.
seems like a way to reduce.
That feels like it should be a way to remove fatigue.
I was gonna ask. Yeah. Okay. So that bumps me down to 1, and now I'm back at 2.
Great. Oh, you're gonna have fun soon. Okay, so
That's
roll
ominous.
with creativity, Saya.
Or actually, I get to roll with friendship from my.
Great. Roll with
Bad habit.
friendship then.
Where's
Come on.
And how much? Stephen and Edu, are both of you helping?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so then Saya, you get a +2 additional for that roll.
Cool. Well, I got a 10 on the die, and then I have a 2 in friendship, and
So
two
you
nuts.
managed
So
to
that's
get a 14.
yeah.
Too high. It's too high.
So the rough rhinos getting close. You see that one breaks away from the rest of the group, so you have 4 in front of you now. And they observe the situation. See that you are in Fire Nation. Yeah, Saya?
Just to clarify, mechanics-wise,
Mm-hmm.
on a hit, you and your friend pull it off and go
Yeah,
closer.
you
and
do
make
get a
each
pick
other...
too.
Well, I make us all inspired, and
Great.
on a 10 plus, I also I obtain some useful resource or information and become prepared.
Cool.
So everyone's
you're all
inspired, and I'm
inspired.
also prepared.
Beautiful. And
I'm
you
always
get to
inspired.
pick 2. So the people you're tricking, do they stumble? Do they act foolishly? Or do they overcommit and are deceived for some time?
Oh, they are 100% overcommitting and deceived. And I think I'd like them to stumble in the idea that when they come here, I'm going to make some assumptions about their motivations. Feel free to change this. But I think they're coming here to find our prisoner. And when they see that not only have I captured the prisoner, but I have also captured her 2 accomplices by myself, they stumble in the idea that they are a little bit intimidated by the fact that I'm so powerful that I could take all 3 out on my own.
Okay, so according to the they stumble, you take +1 forward to acting against them.
Cool. I'm good with that.
Okay. So the 4 that come up kind of like stop short, see the situation. One goes, but we were supposed to get her, boss.
Well, you didn't.
Aren't you a prisoner?
I instantly conjure a firework and kind of just make this bright flash next to him. Be silent, my prisoner!
Yeah.
More fireworks and bright flashes.
Yes.
Or I shall bring upon my wrath.
Ag, no, not your wrath. Ag.
So my favorite thing about
Just looking
this is,
down quietly, waiting for something to fail.
this is absolutely the level of acting that would be done by the characters in Avatar, and it is killing me.
Somewhere there's a cabbage salesman watching all this.
Oh, I was ready to put him in. You guys didn't ask about it though. He might be
around here. I can
around.
buy a cabbage.
Not here. Hen goes, "Who are you?"
Who am I? I am insulted that you do not recognize the great and powerful Explosinator!
Explosinator. Do we know an explosinator? I haven't heard of an explosinator. Have you heard of an explosinator? We don't know you.
No, I
Your
don't.
ignorance.
Into the mighty Explosinator.
See? Even the Earth Nation is aware of the Explosinator! Pop, 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 flash, firework.
Everyone's always talking about him.
Pop, pop, pop.
You look like you're more for entertainment.
That's what I want you to think. How could a simple entertainer capture the mighty Earthbender and this incredibly powerful Bloodbender and a Fire Nation general? Obviously, the Explosinator is incredibly powerful. But if you would like to see my power, perhaps I could use it on you! Pop, pop, explosion.
Ow.
You see three of them take like a little bit of a backwards motion. The one that seems to be in charge does not.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, well, I've never heard of a bloodbender before. Spoiler alert, we're in the 100-year war.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
shoot,
yeah.
never mind.
Not
Mighty
super common knowledge.
My bad. Mighty Waterbender!
Okay.
Actually, to be perfectly honest, I probably would have made up something, so probably not bloodbending, but a mighty ice bender with blades of frozen terror!
Okay.
But I've never heard of that before, but our contract is only for that one. So hand her over and we'll bring her back to the Fire Nation.
No! Finders keepers! I captured her first! And I don't intend to give up my bounty. I'm very sorry that you were all just too inadequate to get here fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I have a
Uh-huh.
thing
Okay.
that I
What?
was.
Yes. What would you like to do, Edu?
Well, I'm mostly just looking over at the general and seeing if she's, looking to run or attack or whatever. And if I'm kind of trying to like give her just a quick little knowing side eye of just like if you're gonna do something, I'll back you up. Like I'm ready to go if you are, type thing.
How many?
But I'm also trying to let this play out.
There are 4 in front of you. There's one that has gone off somewhere.
Okay. Should we just? And I'm gonna whisper. Should we just beat them up?
He's got his trampoline fingers ready.
Yeah, please tell me there's something I can make you roll to see if they hear that. Honestly, yeah, push your luck. Roll with passion.
Oh, okay. Could be worse.
Because you are a wrestler.
I get 10.
Yeah, you're more used to stage whispers.
Yeah.
Wrestlers are the quietest people I know.
Yeah, it's quite loud.
Also, I don't know any wrestlers.
But, wow. Okay. Thank you, Elias. Mentally, I'm not
Actually,
here.
I think you at least know of 2. Both Scott and Sarah became wrestlers.
Yeah.
I realized it was not entirely true as soon as I said that.
Yeah. Anyways, you do happen to be quiet enough that they don't hear you. They're still very much just like, who the hell is this Explosinator person, and not paying attention to you. They've decided you're not a threat.
Pop, pop, pop.
So
It couldn't be more wrong. And to prove it, like they're not paying any attention to me at all. Seems like an ideal point to hit them with a trampoline.
okay, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, it's surprise attack time. Like it feels like we're going towards a fight either way. I feel like it may as well be one that surprises them.
If I see him make a move, I'll try to do the same, but I don't know how initiative or whatever will work.
Yeah.
I put them in a
So
big pit and then you drown them.
I'll let the surprise trampoline thing happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll talk over how fights work in this system. Okay, so what exactly is the move to make that trampoline like an attack?
Okay, so what happens is that I do my standard hit the ground, and the ground drops out from underneath them, and then they hit a trampoline at the bottom of the pit, fly back up, and hit their head on the rock that I've put over the trampoline. So it's a skloosh, kaboing, slam.
Okay. And since that is surprising, I will let that hit for them. Don't mind me as I do all of that. Wonderful. And now let's talk about how fighting works. So I have it in front of me, and Jody is going to correct me if I say anything wrong because fever. Yay. Um, but basically, it's like step by step for this kind of thing. You don't have to roll initiative, everything is kind of happening at once. What you need to decide first are if you're going to do a move that's evade and observe. I have the combat cards in front of me. Advance and attack, or defend and maneuver. So I choose what the characters I'm controlling will do first. Then you choose the approach you're going to take. That way, I don't have any like way to change my stuff based off that. You get a bit of an advantage. Then I reveal what the NPCs are doing, and we resolve everything. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
We the player, we can kind of discuss amongst ourselves what we want to do, to kind of strategize. Again, we won't know what approaches she's taking until we actually get into the combat round. One other point of clarification: the way everything is resolved is defend and maneuver. Anyone that chose defend and maneuver get to resolve their moves, and then attack and advance, and then evade and observe. So anyone that chooses defend and maneuver is going to go first. And you don't have to choose the move you want to use at this point. You just have to choose the approach you're taking. And then there'll be a roll that will decide how many moves you can make.
Okay, I just clicked something on Roll20 by accident.
Yes, you did, and that realized that I had speaker on for Roll20, so we've changed that now. Cool. Okay, so we'll do that.
So while
that,
she's picking stuff for the NPCs,
and that.
I am not particularly adept at outright fighting. I'm more of a support style character, so I'm thinking I'm going to start with evade and observe, and I'm probably going to use something to hinder them, inflict some sort of negative status on them, so that next round you guys have an advantage. What are you guys thinking?
I'm going to advance and attack.
Okay.
Yes, I think I'm just going to strike a foe within reach.
Okay. I'm kind of leaning over to Mr. Colossal and just be like, if you can trampoline them into the lake, I can freeze them and keep them there.
Oh, very good, yeah. Angled trampoline will be required.
I believe in you.
Okay. So I don't know which one of these best.
And if you want to,
shooting someone from a
bop them along the way.
Okay, so I guess that would be smash, right? Destroy or destabilize something in the environment, and in order to get them into a source of water. Does that make sense? Okay.
I think that makes sense. All right. Have we picked everything?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing
Awesome.
mechanically yet, but yes.
Okay.
So have you chosen an approach yet, Edu?
Is it an approach a thing in the sheet?
Yeah.
So the
So
approach, if
it's either that you're going to
It
advance
kind of just
and
said what I
attack.
wanted to do.
Yeah. So what you have to reveal first is if you're going to evade and observe, defend and maneuver, or advance and attack.
Oh.
what you're describing, Edu, if I were to pick something, it sounds like under evade and observe, there's bolster or hinder. So if your goal is to basically freeze someone so they can't move, that would, in my book, be hinder.
Oh,
Does that make
yes.
sense?
That looks correct.
On your character sheet in Roll20, right below the balance box, you'll see it says moves, combat techniques, details. If you click on combat techniques, it'll replace the left-hand side with all the different stuff you can do in combat.
Yeah, I'm in combat techniques.
Okay, just making sure. And then if you click on the arrows next to each one of the basic techniques, it actually gives a full description of what they do.
Yeah, no, bolster or hinder looks.
Okay.
All right. So we all ready?
Yes.
Okay. These happen to all be separate characters. Fun fact, sometimes you can have group NPCs. These are not that. So there's going to be a defend and maneuver, 2 advance and attacks, and an evade and observe. Fun facts. So we're going to resolve the approaches in order, starting with all defend and maneuver approaches. So is anyone doing a defend and maneuver? No, no, no. Great. So the guy in charge of all of this creates a tall wall of flame to keep enemies away from you and your allies. They mark a fatigue to raise the wall. Done.
I think
yeah.
Did you make your roll to see how many moves you can make?
I'm telling you what he's going to try to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and because I want to read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he marks a fatigue to raise the wall, assuming he succeeds, disengaging foes from himself and allies as the wall erupts. If he succeeds on this, foes may mark 2 fatigue to remain on the correct side of the wall and remain engaged. Crossing the wall immediately inflicts 2 conditions on you. And you must mark 2 fatigue at the end of each exchange to maintain the wall. That's for me. So, Jody, what's the roll to do 1 and what's the roll to do 2? Is it 7 to 9 for 1?
Yeah, 7 to 9 is 1, and then 10 plus is to 2, and then defend and maneuver, if I remember correctly, is harmony. Oh, I can tell you in a second here. I've got my cheat sheet up.
So he got a 9, so he is able to do this. So there is now a large wall of flame.
Oh, it's focus. Sorry.
Yeah, and what's interesting, as you see this large wall of flame, you're also seeing smoke in the opposite direction. So there's now a wall of flame between you and the rhinos. Next is advance and attack. So who's doing advance and attack? Great. And we have 2 coming from this side too. So go ahead, roll those 2d6.
Is it with passion that I do advance and attack?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I got +2. Oh, I'm gonna need it. I got 6.
Okay, cool. What's your passion?
That was including passion.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So then that doesn't work for you. Okay, only one of the advance and attacks works from the NPCs, and they only get 1 move for things. So yeah, you just trampoline them.
Okay.
So one of them is going to he has, oh, what is that called? The like short little things that kind of look like a bolo tie, that can go out and tie up legs and whatnot.
Whippy thing.
A bolo or like a kusurigami?
Whatever thing is that goes out and like wraps around the legs or different appendages to kind of stop people in their tracks.
Okay.
Technically, rope dart could be used like that.
Cool. Well, it's something like that, but it goes around your hands.
My hands?
Yes.
Oh, I love those.
So it is entangle a foe with a weapon or device and mark 1 fatigue, me, to wrap the entangling object around your foe. You are now trapped. You break free automatically after you're trapped for 2 full exchanges.
Okay.
So 2 rounds. Okay. And then we have the evade and observe.
Right. I'm gonna make my.
That's me as well.
Yep.
Yes. And then we have
You're right.
one more NPC.
And evade observe. Part of that, you get to clear a fatigue, and then you also roll with either creativity or harmony. Well, I got a 12.
Okay. And what did you roll, Elias?
I don't know what I'm rolling.
2d6, and then it's either creativity or harmony, I think, is what Jody just said.
Do I just choose one of those?
Yep,
Sure.
whichever one you like.
Cool. Well, they're my 2 lowest stats, so I'll go with creativity.
Yeah. Defend and maneuver uses focus. Advance and attack uses passion, and then.
Yeah, 3
Total?
total. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay.
This trampoline to lake thing really worked out for us.
Yeah, you were like really prepared for this, but as soon as you see Steven's hands get tied up, you're not sure what to do. So you're puzzling over that. Yeah.
So there was a mention of me having an auto hit attack because it was a surprise.
That was what you did before with the bringing them down, and I did mark a fatigue on each of them for that. So just so you are aware. Yeah.
Wait. Sorry, keep going. Just realizing things.
Saya, what do you do?
I can choose 2 things, right?
Yeah, because you got over 10. Yes. Or 10 plus.
So I'd like to bolster or hinder twice, and this is what I would like to do. The one that just wrapped up my friend. I would like to as I see that kind of happen, I go, "Ooh, this is bad." And I throw a firework at him, and it kind of pops right in his face. There's this big flash, and I'd like to stun him.
Okay.
And then
how would stun work here mechanically?
Stun, you're caught off guard. You can't act or respond for a few seconds until you steady yourself.
Great.
So
he is stunned. Fun fact, his name is Okade.
And so to clear conditions or things like that, you generally need to oops, I hit the wrong button. So ready from defend and maneuver can be used to clear a functioning opponent, but you have to actually do something, whether it's someone else doing something to you or you doing something to clear a negative status. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
basically you have to take your turn.
Yep.
Cool. All right, so that's one.
And then the other one, I want to bolster my friend. And the way I would like to do that is I would like to launch a firework at the thing that's wrapping his hands to kind of weaken it and give him the prepared status.
Okay.
Which will give him either a +1 to an appropriate roll, or he can avoid marking a condition the next time he gets inflicted with it.
Okay. So because this would normally take 2 full rounds to get removed, you've weakened it, so it only would be to the end of the next round
Okay.
for it. Okay. And then Stephen, you are prepared.
Oh, love to hear it.
Okay, and that leaves the last of the currently observable rough rhinos, who, yeah, you can't see because of the wall. And that's all that I'm going to say about that.
You could say more if
Okay.
you want.
I could say more. I keep giving you information. His name is Bashir.
Oh.
Yep, you could know that. You might be like, hey, I'm Bashir.
That's all I've got to say about that.
Yep. So start of the next round, I have already picked my approaches. I'm going to briefly go away and let you all discuss some strategy.
Oh, I think we should try and win.
Can you? I think that's good. A good start. Can you do anything with your hands like that?
I think
Well, I think if I advance an attack, I can smash to destroy the remaining thing about this. So as long as you either advance an attack or evade and observe, if you let me go first, I can clear that out, and then you can just go to town. And since you have the prepared condition, if they do anything else to you, you can clear that condition to just avoid it and not get it to happen again.
What does inspired mean? Because I'm also inspired.
It changes our balance, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
which I don't know what that does.
the way statuses work is when you have them, you can clear them, basically use them up to do something. So inspired allows you to shift your balance towards a principle of your choice.
Shifted it towards force. What would that mean?
That means so every so often there are special moves you can do instead of rolling with one of your 4 stats. You can roll with one of your principles if you can say, well, I'm living up to my principle. Like I've been doing with the bad habits. My 2 principles are friendship and survival. So instead of having to roll creativity or harmony or anything, I get to roll friendship. And when you are completely balanced, your modifier for both of those things are 0-0. But as you shift your balance towards one or the other, that one will get more powerful and the opposite one will get less powerful.
Okay.
And there are specific things. If you I linked in the chat the Discord call a PDF that just is a cheat sheet effectively. On the first page they have balance moves. So the 3 kind of balance moves you have are live up to your principle, call someone out,
the cheat sheet,
or deny a call out. In combat, I think you can still do those, but I don't think technically evade and observe has a test balance move that you can do. Beyond that, I think balance moves are just basically if you can kind of justify that this is you living up to one of your 2 principles, you can roll that principle instead of whatever it is. So
okay, all right. So I think, has everyone decided what they want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna advance into attack and smash.
No, not yet.
As long as I roll things.
So we've decided that
really quickly, because the GM has to reveal their stuff officially. So there's 2 advanced attacks and 2 evade and observes happening on the NPC side.
Okay.
I think we decided that Jody's going to try and use Smash to destroy my bindings. At which
Okay.
point I am going to attack the guy who attacked me. And the flavor of that is that I'm going to, once my hands are free, I'm going to grab onto the rope. I'm going to trampoline him while he's still attached to me and sort of slam him.
Into the
Okay.
wall of fire?
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. So are there any defend and maneuvers?
Okay. Mm, ah. Mm. I don't know. Sorry,
Well, if
I'm
you
having a rough time with trying
That's
to
perfectly
figure all
fine.
this out.
It is okay. This is the first time we are using the combat system of this game, so it's going to be rough, and
if
that's
you
fine.
I guess
you like to just kind of describe what
I
you
can
want to do.
I can try to do something similar to what I did last time, which would be evade and observe.
Okay, cool. All right. So then advance and attack. It sounds like Saya is doing an advance.
Yep. I'm gonna hopefully go first. See if this works. I got a 10 because it's passion, right?
Sure.
Yes. Advanced
Yeah.
attack is passion. So yeah, I got a 10.
Okay, awesome. So you're going to break free, Steven. Yep.
Now I'm going to do my cool.
Well,
And
because I
are
get
you also doing advance and attack
I
then,
will
Steven?
advance and attack.
with a 10, do I get 2?
Yes.
Okay. So my first one, I'm going to mark that fatigue. And then you also mentioned the dude that put up the fire wall
Yeah.
has to effectively, he had to burn a bunch of fatigue to do that, right?
He has to burn 2 fatigue at the end of each exchange to maintain the wall.
The only reason I ask, so I have my playbook move is called sweep the leg.
Okay.
And if the foe has a total of 3 or more fatigue and conditions marked, I just get to give him 2 more fatigue. So he already has stunned. I know that because I gave him
that's
stunned.
a different guy who has stunned.
Oh shoot! Then that's the dude I'm going to aim at.
Okay.
Would I know if he has more than? Well, you'd have to tell me because if
how many are you looking for him to have?
A combination of 3 fatigue and conditions.
He just makes that.
Okay, so after I take a firework and I kind of blast it on that thing and kind of pop them apart. I also turn around and kind of throw a firework and make an explosion right at that dude's feet to kind of knock him on his butt and inflict 2 more points of fatigue.
Cool. Okay. So the thing about I want to put this out now. We haven't done this yet because we haven't needed to, but when you get all your fatigue or your balance is shifted all the way in one direction, that gets resolved at the very end of the exchange round. Okay. So if you happen to get all your fatigue marked during a round, that does not mean you can't do your thing because that'll resolve at the end. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, well.
So I rolled a dirty 6.
Okay, so you are still recovering from the fact that your hands were tied up. You are not used to them being bound in that way. You're used to people like holding them behind your back in ways that you know how to break free from. So you're still like grounding yourself during this.
I have never rolled this well in my life.
Stop it. It's just constant sound.
Sorry, it's the only way I can see what these do.
I've gotten double 2s 2 turns in a row, so I'm fed up.
If you want, because I think No, I didn't give you the prepared status. I was about to say the prepared status, you could burn it to give you a +1. Or didn't I give you that?
You give me the prepared status.
So if you want to burn your prepared status, that would give you a +1, which would get you to a 7.
Yeah.
Which gets
And
lets
then you would
do
be able to
something.
do something.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay, great. So you hit a 7, so you can do one thing. What is it that you'd like to do?
Oh, I would like to I'm going to just strike. I think. So
Just do what?
Just strike. I'm going to force someone to mark 2 fatigue, and yeah, I'm just gonna hit them.
Okay. So it would be either mark 2 fatigue, mark a condition, or shift their balance away from center, and it is their choice what they do here.
Their choice? Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to mark 1 fatigue yourself,
okay.
Then you
Patrick,
can choose what it is.
then you get to choose it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you don't want to mark any fatigues, they get to choose.
Okay, I'll let them choose, I think.
Okay, and which one are you going after?
I'm going after the whichever one has the highest level of fatigue that I can reach.
Cool.
Who looks the tiredest?
It's a very wrestling thing to do as well. It's like, okay, which one of you guys?
The weak one.
Well, the one that looks the tiredest is the one who wrapped you up before,
Okay.
so that's
I'm
an
going
interesting
to,
thing.
in the trampoline that's nearby, I just throw a rock into it, and then it sort of fires out like a trampoline cannon.
Cool. So they get this happening, but they are going to strike you in return. And they are also going to let you choose if it is going to be 2 fatigue, a condition, or shifting away from center.
I'll shift away from center.
Cool. Which direction are you going?
I'll go into the force direction.
Okay. And that brings us to evade and observe.
Hello.
Hello. You're joined by 2 NPCs, so let us roll for things.
Oh, right. Okay. Do I add something or is it just flat roll?
Harmony or what, Jody?
Harmony or creativity for evade and observe.
Yeah, you chose creativity last time.
Is harmony a stat? Ooh, no, yeah. It's 6. Which I think is too low, right?
But you also had the prepared if you haven't used it yet, if you want to add +1.
Prepared?
Yeah.
Wait, I was prepared too?
Saya prepared both of you.
Oh, I thought he just prepared. Yes, take it to 7, please, because that's the minimum, right?
Yep.
Yes, that is the minimum. Okay, so what is it that you're doing?
Okay. There's a dude on the ground, right? Does he looks like he could, get back up soon, right?
He seems quite stunned.
Oh.
I think we've taken him out.
Okay.
Rappy dude is dead.
I mean,
is there anyone else who looks like off balance or off, like,
well, you
off
can't
in some
see
way?
the leader because of that whole wall of fire.
Right.
And there's one other behind the wall that you can't see. So there's the one who's on the ground, and then there's another. Yeah.
Okay. The one other who I can see, is he just standing and ready to do stuff, I guess?
He is still on his Komodo rhino.
Knock him off.
Yeah. I would like to... I'm assuming there's some kind of like horse saddle situation where they're like, got ropes or leads or something, and
yes,
and he's got his hands, close to shoulder blades or whatever. So I'm gonna try and...
Yes, you would recognize this as the Western style if you're familiar with horseback riding.
Nope. So I'm gonna just try to fling some water where his hands are and kind of just like encompass where he's connected, and then just freeze it as soon as it gets into the volume to where he's just sort of trapped on the thing. his hand
Okay.
by the hands.
Okay. Interesting. So what condition is that?
Trapped by the thing. Trapped.
Great.
Or trapped on the thing, excuse me.
Cool. All right, so that happens to him. And now from the other guys, we have, for him, he managed to do that, so he's going to do that. Okay, so that's resolved there. And then one other who you can't see has just done something as well.
You say that, but I haven't seen him do anything.
Yep. You feel like there's danger on the other side of this firewall.
I feel that there's danger all the time.
Yeah. You also notice that there's a lot more smoke down behind you.
Behind us?
On the opposite side of the firewall. There's even more smoke than before. It seems like it's getting hotter here.
So just so I kind of understand the layout.
The desert.
We have when the wall of fire came up, it basically came up behind us, trapping us with the Rough Riders, right?
So the wall of fire trapped 2 on the same side as you and 2 on the other, but it's basically cutting off the exit from their side. And then, like, if you turn behind you to the other wall, you're noticing that there's like a lot of smoke happening. This is an oasis, so it really is built not in like a haphazard manner. They have utilized resources kind of in a linear fashion so that it's easier to carry water and move things to where they're needed. So the main street of this town, there's not a lot of stuff, but the main area is like one long path.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay. So with that, we now get a resolve being taken out, and the one who is stunned is just like, but I'm the strongest, and slumps over.
All right, so we got one guy available for punching. Is my understanding, because there's 2 in front of the wall, right?
The other, there's 2 behind and 2 in front, and the other who's in front goes, "Ogade, no!" Sorry.
Good day to you.
Just
too.
trying to throw in these names as much as possible.
I love the names. They're great. Not all the people get full names in this thing. There's a lot of like NPC groups, but for some reason the Rough Rhinos all have their own names and their motivations.
They all have backstories.
They do. It's amazing. Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and pick our stuff. I'm not going to pay attention to you while I pick my stuff. I'm going to do this. Strategize.
I'm going to attack because that's what I'm best at. So my understanding is there's 2 gentlemen in front of us, and we have beaten one of them to the ground. So the obvious thing to do, I think, is to punch the other guy until he is also beaten to the ground. And then I suspect that firewall is not long for this world because it costs.
Oh, really quickly, forgot to mention the wall goes down after that ends.
Okay, good.
What do we see?
Oh, cool.
What do we see?
She can't hear us.
So the other 3 have surrendered.
Idea.
Okay.
Just gonna try to get her attention.
Just type in the Roll20 chat.
I'm going to attack either way. So
I have an idea.
Okay.
Hold up, we got an idea.
Yeah, I was watching that happening and was really wondering. And the way I have the screen is I can't actually see the full chat right now. So I just saw half a question.
Okay.
So
yes. What do we see now that the wall is working?
Now that the wall is down, you see the leader there. And he seems very angry.
Okay.
And you see another who has 3 fire arrows pointed at each of you. Like 1 per.
Okay.
From the
Yeah.
same bow?
Yes.
Okay, Legolas.
So, idea, guys. Steven, how decent is your focus score?
Oh, it's -1.
Oh, I was gonna, because there's a defend and
Mine is
maneuver.
high. Mine is high.
So there's a defend and maneuver technique called retaliate, which means every time they attempt to attack you, they have to mark a fatigue.
Okay.
So maybe not this turn, but if we were to do something, and I'm not sure how we would do this. If we were to do something to make possibly Edu just look like a really good target and have Edu do retaliate, we might be able to mark off a bunch of fatigue on a bunch of different people by just having them kind of coming up with a reason why they would want to focus on Edu next turn.
So essentially, try and taunt and tank.
Yeah.
If I did my retaliation though, it would be
Well,
up to you
this
guys
turn-
to make me into an appetizing target. But he looks like he's just trying to do AOE damage here.
Well, again, so the way retaliate works, each time a foe inflicts fatigue, a condition, or shifts your balance in this exchange, inflict 1 fatigue on that foe.
So it doesn't have to be towards me?
As long as a foe inflicts fatigue on you or
On
does
me.
something to you.
Yeah.
So if you...
So I'm
if
thinking
they're
that's gonna happen at least once during this turn. But how do we get
Yeah.
those other arrows pointed at me too? Is I don't understand.
Well, I don't think we can stop the other arrows coming at us, but and I was thinking like next turn, like what we would do this turn is we kind of prep and get them ready to attack, so that next turn you would use retaliate. And does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not very good at any defend and maneuver stuff.
Well, for us to effectively taunt, what are you best at as far as
punching people?
so the advanced and attack type stuff?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could pressure to prevent them from using defend and maneuver, or evade and observe, whichever one you want, because it basically stops a foe from taking a particular approach, and that's still advance and attack. And then it would be up to Ilea about whether or not she would allow this. But if I was to evade and observe and then basically hinder, I guess, and the hindering I would want would be to find a way to make them target Edu. I don't think that's a mechanic in this game, but that's what I want to do. So that would be up to Ilea.
I appreciate the rule of cool. If you can successfully convince me in the moment, I would allow things that aren't necessarily mechanically in the game, as I've broken several of the mechanics already.
So I don't want to kind of dictate what everyone's doing. I'm just putting out an idea for an approach.
All right, so I'll pressure.
Okay.
And try and say that they can't defend and maneuver next time they have to attack. Okay.
What can I do to make myself look like a target?
Well, I think you want to retaliate, right? Because they're going to attack first next time.
That's next turn, right?
It's next turn.
But do you need to already be retaliating since attack and maneuver comes before defend?
No, defend comes first.
Oh, it does? Oh.
Yeah. What if you seized a position?
Defend
Like you
and
literally
maneuver,
put
then
yourself you just put yourself in what if you went towards what if you created like an ice pillar in the using the oasis and just put yourself in a high position to make yourself the center of focus. Does that make sense? Because that's still a defend and maneuver technique.
Yes. Overcome a negative. Wait. Engage with a foe. Wait, what does engage disengage with? I don't even know what that means. Establish or escape. Any foe engaged with me. That's all of them, right? Ilea?
Hmm?
All of them are engaged with me?
That you know of.
Yeah. Okay.
Still,
Sure.
even if they try to block it, that's still you burning a fatigue.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how they would try to block it, but we'll try it and see what happens.
Okay. Are we at a point where the GM can reveal the approaches?
Yeah, burrs.
Great. There are 3 advance and attacks and 1 evade and observe. So, any defend and maneuvers?
Yes.
Great. What are you doing?
I am seizing a position. I am quickly water bending almost out of the hit Disney movie Frozen. A little platform bridge out from the lake to sort of just like snake its way right in front of where I am that sort of elevates. And I just kind of like walk up it and just kind of are just like, I don't have any, like offensive, water with me that I'm showing because I burned my turn doing the bridge. But I'm just positioning myself. What I want to do is position myself in front of everyone. Yeah, I keep forgetting I have to roll to even make this happen. So. Wait,
All right,
what?
that sounds interesting.
What am I rolling here?
2d6 plus what is it for defending
Focus.
maneuver? Focus. Great.
Man, a 5.
Okay.
I will try to bolster you if I roll high enough.
So whatever.
So I'm going to say that you are able to make this ice bridge, but it makes you more noticeable to anyone else who may be around.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it that way. It doesn't quite.
We know there's a 5th person somewhere. You don't have to be catchy about it.
You guys know that. I'm just. I've made that very clear. If the fire wasn't enough of a giveaway, a 5th person separates from the group should be enough. Okay, attack, advance, and attack.
All right, I'm doing that.
Come on, Steven.
Ha ha!
2 ones.
Dirty 13.
Yeah.
So you get to do 2 things.
Okay. So does that mean I get to like strike and pressure or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I'm going to pressure. I guess was it the leader who was doing the firewall?
It was, yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna pressure the guy with the arrows so that he can't attack next turn. And the way I'm going to pressure it is I'm going to drop him in a pit, and he's got to figure out how to get his way out of it.
Okay. And because these resolve at the same time, that will be his next turn, not the current turn.
And so then I'm going to strike the leader because I think he's probably about ready to fall over. And I'm going to mark a fatigue to choose to mark 2 fatigue on them.
On the leader?
Yeah.
Colonel Monkey.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, interesting name. Okay.
I would like to point out that we are traveling with a general, so we outrank him.
Yeah.
I don't think the rank of general is quite active right now.
To be fair, neither is the rank of colonel.
My former rank outranks yours.
Their pretend rank is lower than our pretend rank, is all I'm saying.
He used to be in the Fire Nation army. There's a whole backstory to him, too. Okay, so
then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Everything changed when General Iroh left, actually. So you marked 2 fatigue for him, yeah? Is what you said, Steven?
Yes.
Cool.
Did he leave?
Okay. Okay, and so now we have three advancement attacks that I'm resolving. They all succeeded on their things, and one of them succeeded to a point of doing two. So, yay. Um, so the Colonel is going to go ahead and strike out at you, Stephen.
Okay.
Um, you get to choose if you're marking to fatigue a condition or shifting your balance.
I'll shift my balance.
Okay, how close are you to the edge of your balance?
I have two more dot. I'm at -1 at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm one dot towards force.
Okay.
So do I go back towards force? Do I go one
It
further?
has to be away from center.
Okay, so now I'm at -2, but I'm going to clear my inspired position and take it back to 1.
Okay. Cool. So that resolves the Colonel. Then we have our arrow guy. He is going to he just saw his Colonel do that. He's going to shoot an arrow at Edu, and he's going to shoot an arrow at Saya.
Okay.
So
You mean the great explosifier?
You call
you
this guy Uncle Arrow.
Thought it was Explosinator.
Explosinator!
yeah. So either mark 2 fatigue, a condition, or shift your balance away from center.
All right.
Uh,
I have a blue border around my thing and then a red dot.
the red dot is your that's your shift. The blue border is your actual center. So you're not going to be shifting your center, you're going to be shifting away from it. So it's the red dot.
So to start with, they should have been in the same place.
Yeah, they both start at 0.
Well, it said at character creation, shift your balance once if
Yes,
you like.
you can choose to do
Oh,
that. So
And
if
I
you
did
chose
choose to do
that's
that.
fine.
I did choose to do that, but the blue border's in a different spot as the dot. Should the dot be in the same place?
I'm gonna say right now, no. Just shift the dot.
Okay.
Yeah.
The dot's in the middle. So where do I shift it?
Either
Away
direction.
from the middle.
Either. Okay. Sure.
Either direction.
Great. Okay. And that's all I have to do?
That's all you have to do. What are you doing, Saya?
I'm going to shift towards friendship and then clear my inspired status to shift it back.
Cool. Okay, and then yeah, so Edu, out of nowhere, there is this like explosion right in front of your face.
That's my job.
So you can again either take 2 fatigue, mark and condition, or shift your balance away.
I will shift my balance. Do I shift it by 2?
By 1.
Okay. I will shift it by 1 and then use my inspiration to shift it back. Is that how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's how we've been using it.
Okay.
And you see that there is now another rough rhino behind you. A good portion of the oasis is now in flames since most of these buildings were made out of wood.
Have they been hitting the buildings?
Well, the dude we couldn't see.
Yeah, so his name is Yelu, just so you know, and his drive is to see the world burn, literally.
So he's been setting fire to buildings this entire time?
Yes.
That's giving me bad vibes.
Sorry.
Sincerely think he needs to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
About
and
how
I didn't
long
even
does...
make that character. He's pre-gen.
I'm going to take 1 moment. Sorry, I have to.
Yeah.
So what really happened was Ilea read this NPC in the module and be like, yeah, I want to do this module.
No, actually, fun fact, the conversation was me talking with Jody, and I went, I want to see if there's one in the 100-Year War. I want to do the 100-Year War. Yeah, this'll work. Yeah.
So it's just a happy coincidence that she identified strongly with one of the NPCs.
More than one of the NPCs. Okay, so then we have evade and observe, which I think is just me left to do that.
No,
Yes?
I get to evade and observe as well.
Great.
Come on. I again get a 12.
Okay.
So
Cool. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to. So the first thing I'm going to bolster or hinder. I will let you decide what mechanically this is, but I want to make. I want to make Edu look like a prime target, and the way I'm going to do that and go, Edu, no, you can't use that technique. It will wipe everyone out.
And what did you get?
I got a 12, so I get to do
Okay.
2 things
Cool. So you say that.
and hope that makes them want to take him out.
Yeah.
And then
What status would that be imparting?
there isn't a status for like taunt.
Boom.
I guess maybe we could call it empowered.
I mean, this kind of feels like you're impeding Edu. I know it's intentionally done that way, but you are zeroing in all the characters, the NPCs to them.
Okay, like I'm good with that.
Okay,
And then-
so I mark impaired.
Ilea?
Mechanically, what does impaired do?
I don't know. Is that? I assume that's what
Impaired
you meant
is
I-
you're slowed or off balance, mark 1 fatigue, or take a -2 to all physical actions.
So I said impede because that is literally listed on the bolster or hinder. It says aid or impede
Oh,
nearby character. So that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be impaired.
okay. Sorry.
So, okay. So we're just like, so does he need to mark a status or no?
I am impeded.
Okay.
Great.
Right,
We'll
then
do that.
The other thing I would like to do is I'd like to use bolster again. Specifically, I want to give him the prepared condition because I'm going to say, you got this, and I'm going to use some fireworks to just make him look that much cooler. So I'd like to give him the prepared condition or status.
Okay.
So I make everyone focus on him, and then I also make him prepared to be attacked.
Okay. You've just created a giant light show.
Yes.
Sure. Let's let that happen. Why
What I
not?
do.
Um,
Cool.
While you're doing that, a character is just talking to themselves. They seem to be like, "No, you've got this." And doing that, you can win. You can do what you need to do. Okay. So with that, Colonel Monkey goes, Firelord will destroy you all, and slumps sideways on the Komodo rhino. His feet are still in like the stirrups, so he's still attached. It's just the entire saddle kind of goes sideways, and he's now unconscious.
Okay, good. Go on.
Okay. Next round.
All right, so we've now evened up the numbers a little bit. We got
Yeah, so now we're 3v3.
I will be defending and maneuvering.
I'm going to advance and attack. I'm going to get Uncle Arrow. That's a character in the. That's a valid joke.
See, I've tuned you all
Oh.
out so I can pick my things
Valid
without being
joke.
impacted.
Really,
Uncle
I really like
Arrow.
that. I'm like, excuse me, that's a valid joke.
Thank you.
That was funny.
Definitely that.
I think I'm going to advance and attack as well. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. Also, don't forget, part of your playbooks, you should have a playbook technique that you have mastered. So,
Yeah, I saw that like 2 rounds in, and now it doesn't matter. But maybe
Okay.
next time.
Yeah, my
Just-
one's bad, so I'm not going to use it.
okay.
um,
So, yeah, we are ready when you are.
I'm ready. There's going to be 2 advance and attacks and 1 evade and observe.
Okay.
Oh, then I go first.
Okay, defend and maneuver.
Okay, so just to clarify, these 3 categories of techniques are all tied to a specific stat.
Yeah, so defend and maneuver is always focus, advanced and attack is always passion, and then evade and observe is either harmony or creativity.
Okay, so I should never, ever evade and observe. Got it.
The one benefit of evade and observe is even if you miss your roll, you clear a fatigue.
Yeah, if yeah, okay. Well, anyway, I'm committing to the bit here. The platform thing didn't quite work out, but I've been debuffed and buffed simultaneously by Saya's words. I steel myself for their blows using the retaliate technique, and sort of just like waterbend some like floating like icicles around me, ready to like just looking like a, what I'm actually doing is stealing myself and ready to retaliate. But visually, I want to look like, oh no, I'm about to do the ultimate move that will kill us all. And I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
It's 5 again.
Cool.
I'm a great team member. I'm a valid team member.
So the 2 that have been in front of you and have had damage inflicted on them, like they prepare themselves, and then nothing happens, and they're like, "Oh, was that it?"
What a letdown.
Advance and attack.
Okay. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, this goes.
Oh.
So
okay.
just to be clear, like that means I don't get to retaliate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just got a 10 and a 12.
Okay. I got a dirty 9.
Okay, so you get to do one thing. What are you doing?
I'm going to let's see. I'm just going to strike. And I'm going to who looks the most fatigued?
Not the guy behind you.
Okay, so whichever one looks the most fatigued, I'm gonna batter him with some rocks fired out of a rock trampoline.
Okay. So you are going to go after the one with the flaming arrows, who still has 1 notched.
Oh, good.
Cool. So you're just doing strike and letting him pick?
I'm gonna pick, and they're gonna mark 2 fatigue.
Okay, so you mark 1 fatigue, and I mark 2.
Yeah.
How did he shoot 2 of the 3 notched arrows?
He got a 10, so he was allowed to do 2 attacks.
No, but like, if they were all notched, how do you like?
He's really
he is clearly
talented.
a master bowman.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He just quickly unnotched 1, sent out 2, and then re-notched it.
Yeah.
He kind of spun it around, so it just got like a pole dancer.
Okay, so both.
I am doing.
Are you doing
advanced
one?
attack as well?
Cool.
I got an 8.
Awesome. What are you gonna do?
And I believe I'm going to sweep the leg again. So I just get to inflict 2 fatigue if they have 3 or more fatiguing conditions, and I'm going to aim for the dude that Steven just hit.
Okay.
Again, throwing a firework at their feet to just kind of knock them up.
Okay. Cool. Well, simultaneously while you're doing that, the 3rd arrow is let loose, and it goes after Saya. So that counts as a strike. Choose if it's 2 fatigue, mark and condition, or shift your balance.
I am going to use my prepared status to avoid marking a condition. As the arrow comes, I just put another firework and it hits the firework instead.
Cool. And he's just after that gonna like throw his bow at Steven.
Fine. I didn't want to play firebending.
Pretty much. So 2 fatigue, condition, or away from center.
Away from center, I think.
Okay. And then we get 2 from Kachi, who you haven't really interacted much with yet, except in his horrible hatred of Ogade fainting. And he is going to use the Way of Jasmine.
Is this the guy frozen to his animal?
He was.
Oh,
You think that he did something last turn to fix that?
that we didn't see?
It was included. It was an evade and observe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I was muttering things to myself while I did it. Sorry.
No worries.
So, Way of Jasmine, use wide sweeping blows to control your foe's movements and options in the fight. Mark 1 fatigue to use the pressure basic technique, but choosing 2 approaches instead of 1.
Okay.
Oh. So he basically can decide which approach you're going to take next turn.
Yeah.
Right.
And who's he doing that to?
Well, so he is going to do that to 5 means Steven.
Okay.
So he's doing that to Steven. And then while he's doing that, he strikes out at Edu. 2 fatigue, condition, or away from center.
What does the center? What happens if you get to the top of balance?
That means that you lose your balance. And
Okay.
it's basically like if you faint. You're off kilter,
out.
you're not able to fight anymore.
Unconscious.
Yeah, you're done.
Okay. Guess I'll take. How many? Is it 1 or 2 fatigue?
2 fatigue.
I'll become impaired.
Well, works for me. Okay, and that moves us to resolve for evade and observe.
So just to clarify, there's a difference between statuses and conditions.
Oh, wait. Was it a condition I was supposed to do?
For you, you are marking a condition.
Oh, sorry.
Afraid, angry, guilty, insecure.
Yeah. What are you feeling right now?
As a result of what did he do to me?
He struck out at you. Maybe he just slapped you.
I'm troubled by this.
Okay, cool. Anyone joining me for evade and observe?
No.
Nope.
Cool. All right. Well, then this person is going ahead. Yeah. They are going to hinder. So they're going to impede Saya. And won't use trapped. Yeah, they're going to pressure you. So basically like a lot of explosions just immediately around you to keep your attention and keep you having to pay attention to these things to avoid them. So you're pressured.
I don't know what negative status is pressured. Because I don't see a pressured status.
If you're pressured, they can choose an approach that you can't use.
Yeah, but that's an advance and attack technique.
Yeah.
Not evade and observe.
So list off the
So the negative statuses
things.
are doomed, impaired, trapped, or stunned.
Great. You're impaired.
Impaired. Cool.
Okay.
Is it really?
Oh,
Not particularly,
my
but I
approach
understand.
is chosen for me in this round.
Yes.
So which one am I taking?
Well, we have not gotten to that yet because the guy who threw his bow away goes and sits down next to his unconscious friend and goes, "Fine, I'm done."
Okay.
Okay.
And to clear my impaired status, I'm going to just mark a fatigue.
Okay. Cool.
Because
You can do
mark.
that.
Well, yeah, it says you're slowed or off balance. Mark 1 fatigue or take a -2 to all physical actions. So I just take a fatigue.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. So I have 2 guys left. They're definitely doing that. Where's the other one? I've lost them. There they are. Okay. And Stephen, you're going to evade and observe.
Okay.
Well, actually, I can just tell you what not to do, right?
Well, because
you can tell me not to do 2, so you basically.
Okay, then yeah, you're going to evade and observe.
yeah,
Great.
technically you're only telling him that he
feels-
can't defend a maneuver and advance an attack.
Yeah,
But
that
what it
feels
means
interesting.
is,
Okay. So,
and it's really powerful.
Okay.
Idu, Saya, choose what approaches you're taking.
Saya, I have just remembered that if you choose to attack or if you go on the offense, I can back you up pretty well. Remember that tag team we did on the way down here?
Sure. Absolutely. I'm about to sneeze.
I have 3 X's next to this thing for L, P, and M. What does that mean?
Oh, that's learned, practice, and mastered. All of that means is that you can use it whenever you want. Normally, if you learn another technique, it starts as learned.
Oh, and I've
and then
mastered it
becomes
already.
practice.
Okay, yeah.
You've already mastered it, so it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Okay, so who's
Bless
doing
you.
defend and maneuver? I'm doing 2 advance and attacks.
I'm doing defend and maneuver.
Great.
And I'm doing advance and attack.
So roll for it, Idu.
Remember, you have her prepared, so you can bump yourself up by 1.
I have another prepared.
Remember, I prepared you before your last when you were doing that ultimate
You got
attack.
impeded.
Oh, that was
and
my
aided.
boon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't have helped you because you rolled a 5 last
Yeah.
time. But if you can get at least a 6,
Well,
which statistically,
not great so far.
45% of the time you roll a 6, 7, or 8 on 2d6.
You're absolutely right. I've rolled another 5.
Okay.
Thank you all for
You're
coming out
beating
tonight.
mad.
So Idu prepares a defensive stance, but they're facing the wrong direction.
I get distracted by the burning buildings behind me.
Yeah, they are coming in closer. So advance and attack. Who's joining me? That's Saya?
Me.
Ooh, okay.
I joined
I
my...
never thought I would be the one carrying this group.
Anyone who rolls well carries.
A lot of damage.
Well, don't worry. I got a 6 this time.
But you're prepared though, right? I don't know.
No, I had to use prepared to stop getting a condition. So I'm blown away by the fire too. I'm like, did I do that? I thought my fireworks were non-flammable sparks.
So, after seeing you defend in the wrong direction, Kachi is going to come up and try and just punch you with a fire fist. So that's a strike.
Against
choose
2?
what you would like. 2 fatigue, condition, shift away.
Who is this against?
You.
Oh.
You do.
A fatigue. What were the options?
2 fatigue, mark a condition, so additional emotion, or move away from center.
These conditions, do they affect our battle? Because reading the thing, it's all just -2 to random stuff.
There are, if the enemy were to call you out, guilty would make that's something they can do in combat.
It is.
There are
Yeah,
things that could with
under
it.
evade and observe, one of the things they can do is test your balance, and that involves a call out.
Okay.
But most of these are role playing. The thing with conditions is the only way to remove a condition is to do something drastic, like to remove a.
All right. I take a fire fist to my face or something.
Yeah.
And feel extremely insecure about myself after that.
I can imagine. Cool.
Yeah. As that happens, Yelu throws an explosion. This is called boom. Into the midst of your foes. Mark 2 fatigue to toss the explosive into your enemy's midst. Everyone in range, including allies in the area, must either mark 3 fatigue to dive away or mark a condition and become stunned. Their choice.
So I'm marking fatigue.
All right. Well, I'm going to mark a condition and get stunned. That's gonna make me angry and also dizzy.
Cool.
I suppose
Edie, what are you doing?
I will also be stunned and be angry about it.
Okay, cool. Evade. Who's doing evade and observe?
I was going to, but now I think I'm stunned.
Not yet.
Okay.
No, that'll be next round.
Okay.
Yeah. So any conditions in that take effect after the entire exchange is done.
I do nothing. I got a 6.
We did super well. Like 3 whiffs.
Well, luckily for you, Yelu doesn't care who he hurts. And Kachi is like, seriously? And gets pushed back by the explosion, hits a wall, and slumps down. You're all going to learn the names of these NPCs. Gosh darn it.
I treasure each one of them.
Okay. Last round, maybe. Maybe there's more. We'll see.
5 more show up.
Yeah. I'll keep you here forever. So I always have power. I've picked.
Right.
You have one person left, and it is the one who has lit basically half this town on fire and keeps throwing fire bombs at you.
I'm going to try and attempt to do the same thing I did last time. Back up someone who's attacking.
I'm gonna advance an attack. I think if we focus fire this guy down, we can end this.
Yeah, I missed my turn, so I'm.
Wait. Oh, right.
Oh,
wait.
shit.
I'm stunned, right? So does that mean I don't do anything?
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't do anything.
I am going to advance an attack on my own. I'm going to save my friends. I hope.
But then do I mark stunned off if
It's for 1 round, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Next round, if there is a next round, you'll be able to go.
Go, Saya, go.
Okay. So, Saya, are you doing advance and attack?
Yes, I am.
Great. So we are both doing that. So let's just skip defend and maneuver.
Where are the reroll tokens when I need them?
Oh, good for you. I finally rolled below a 9.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice. It must be nice.
To have Washington on your side.
Okay.
Every action has its equal opposite reactions. Yes.
I got a 9.
Great.
So, does it look like this dude has taken any damage yet?
Yes. He caused himself damage.
Then I'm gonna
throwing that bomb. Before the action resolves, he just sees Kachi bend over, go, sorry, bro. He got a 6, so he doesn't actually get to attack you. So that's what he does, and is distracted.
I'm gonna sweep the leg, Johnny, and just mark 2 fatigue on him. By again, this time I'm gonna do like a low kind of back sweep, like a spinning sweep, and as I do, just this like line of fireworks goes and just gets bigger and bigger and kind of knocks him back a little bit.
Cool. So since neither of you can go, resolve your stun condition.
Okay.
And Yelu goes, whoops. and falls over. And those
Suck.
are all of the rough rhinos.
The Explosinator!
You get a feeling, though, you may want to get out of town quickly.
Gonna,
half the town is still on fire.
I'm going to try to waterbend and put out as much of the fire as I can, and then,
Great.
yeah, get out.
Good job, Edu. Yeah, once you realize that he's done, you feel much more confident in yourself, and you're able to put out the fire. Some of the buildings have been burned down. The stone structure is still standing strong, though. Cool. So, you all head out of town. And you do find your ostrich horses, by the way. They were on the other side. So you head out, you travel for a while, and you do make it to the Ba Sing Se outpost. This is where you were instructed to bring Onomu and the plants. Mm-hmm. It's a small outpost. It serves as one of the many places that Long Feng uses to keep an eye on Fire Nation troop movements. The outpost itself is a tall stone structure with a number of lifts and exits that can only be operated with earthbending. Mm-hmm. It's not a defensive outpost so much as a lookout station for Earth Kingdom soldiers to know when the Fire Nation is coming. And when you all arrive, it is empty, save for Yanran and a cadre of Dai Li agents. And Yanran looks at you and goes, "Excellent work. Long Feng will be most appreciative. Why don't you hand me those plans?"
Oh, but of course, yeah. Hand them over.
Onomu has the plans.
Yeah, about to say, I think we have, yeah.
Onomu?
First, bring me into safety, then the plans. Oh no. We must know that the plans are good. We must have the plans first, then your safety. And you get a feeling that Yanran is not going to bring Onomu with him unless he has those plans in hand. What will you all do?
Take the plans off her.
Great. What are you doing to get the plans off of her?
I'm going to bounce her on an on a rock trampoline.
Cool.
Shake him out.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you roll whatever that skill one is.
Okay.
Rely on your skills and techniques. Yep. Or training in something.
All right.
Skill and training, I think it is. Yeah. So that is with your focus.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's have a good one. Okay, so I've got an 8.
Okay. So you do manage. She is fighting you with this and trying very hard to hold on to the plan. So you do get roughed up a bit. Take a fatigue. But you do get the plans off of her. And she is still bouncing. So do you hand them over to Yanran?
Yeah, straight away.
Great. So he gets them. He opens. Goes, "Excellent. Long Feng shall reward you all." And he turns and he walks away without a moment.
Excuse me, you're supposed to take Henry Kissinger over here with you.
Oh, no. You can all choose what to do with the Fire Nation General. We have what we want.
We already chose what we want to do. It's to give her to you.
Yeah, that was the choice.
That was...
No. And he disappears.
Okay, good luck, Onomu. Bye.
And you all do find, when you return to a location where you're constantly known to be, where maybe you can get mail, that Saya, you have been given a safe passage on a ship to bring you home.
You know, phrasing it as safe does not make me feel safe.
Safe? Question mark?
Relatively safe in the time of war.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Stephen, you have been handed detailed notes about your nemesis, their weaknesses and their strengths. And Edu, you have received some interesting blueprints for a technology you haven't been familiar with before, but that is absolutely something that you would be able to do.
Looks very promising.
And looks very promising to help defend your village. As you all go off on your own ways, you have perhaps made an enemy who has vowed revenge, but you have pleased the Secretariat of the Earth Kingdom, and you have all received your rewards. And far away, outside of a southern water tribe village, a boy in a ball of ice is discovered.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to end it.
I wonder who the boy is.
I do wonder, right? But I believe Aang can change. Yeah. Anyways. Thank you all for joining me on this adventure, including today's very feverish fighting. Both in
Quite
terms
feverish.
of the fire fighting and in terms of how I feel my temperature is right now. So
I think the AC is broken in my apartment too, because it's quite warm in here. So
I have the
it's
AC on, and I was
warm all around.
Yeah. Where can everyone find you? Let's start with Jody.
I'm Trainer Jody just about everywhere. Twitter, I'm at Trainer Jody. I have a YouTube channel, YouTube.com, just Trainer Jody, where I'm doing a lot of character building and stuff involving the Essence 20 system. Right now, I'm doing stuff involving the Transformers role-playing game because it's fun. So
awesome, Patrick.
You can find me everywhere at Dog Food Studios. Most notably on YouTube, where you can watch my show Major Sale, which is a swashbuckling game of magic and mystery based on Mage's Ascension, but only based on. So if I get a rule wrong, no, I didn't.
Elias.
At Elias Thompson everywhere, also random stuff on this channel.
Awesome. And I am Ilea, or Green Eye Trombonus, everywhere except for on Twitter, where I'm Green Eye T-Bone. And next week, we will be having another campaign. I will not be in charge, though. Jody will be back in the seat. What game are we playing again, Jody?
We are going to be using the Strange system, which is a version of the Cypher system. The name of the game, the adventure, is going to be, before I say the wrong thing, I'm going to actually look it up. The Eschatology Code, which is why I learned the name Eschatology. So yes, everyone, we're going to be trying out the Cypher system, and we're going to be trying out some, Elias doesn't know this yet, but we're going to be trying out some new redemptions that may become what we use for our next next campaign.
The next 2 weekends are just a test.
Yes, just a test.
So definitely make sure that you tune in next Saturday, same time, same place. And that's all for us today. Bye.
Bye.